Oh, alright everyone, didn't see you there. Welcome back. My name's Prit and this is Forky Eats. Today we're going to put together an amazing sea bass Manchurian with vegetable fried rice. This dish is my spin on an Indian dish that's a spin on a Chinese dish. So you guessed it, we're exploring Indo-Chinese food today. For this one, you will need all the ingredients in the description below. So first, I'm going to turn my pans on. I've got a small saucepan here and I have a wok ready to go. So let's get going. I've got my pans on, I've got a saucepan here and a wok here. The reason I turn the wok on right now is because I want it to go hot. You might be able to see it smoking if I move it quick enough. Can you see that smoking? That means the pan's getting warm, hot, and you want it to be smoking. This one, I'm going to go in with oil, and what we're going to start doing first is making the Manchurian sauce. So for that, I need my ginger, garlic and chilli paste, which also has the infamous coriander stalks in there as well. I'm going to go straight into my saucepan. So in with the garlic, ginger and chilli, and I'm going to start to cook that down. I'm going to add a little bit of salt just for the process to move along. Okay, I'm now going to add about 8 to 9 black peppercorns and Szechuan peppercorns. I don't know if you've never seen Szechuan peppercorns. They're not peppery. They're really florally, and they kind of numb your mouth as well if you were to eat one just on its own. So here we go. Going well there. Now what we're going to do is turn the heat down so that it isn't going to burn, but we are going to let it cook because we want it to caramelise and go nice and brown. So the wok, we're going again with some oil. It's definitely hot because my oil is just falling straight into the middle, and then I'm going to go in with finely diced garlic. I'm going to cook it. I'm going to cook it until I feel like the rawness comes out, which isn't going to take long in this flaring heat. And then in that, I'm going to add carrots, peppers, peas, and onions. All going in. That'll start cooking nicely. I'll season it. Now with the vegetables you can use whatever you like. It doesn't have to be these vegetables. It's entirely up to you what you want to use for the rice. Sorry. So my ginger, chilli and garlic is cooking away nicely. In my wok, the veg has been cooking for literally a minute. Now what I've got here is old rice. I made this rice yesterday and we had it for dinner, and then we've got a load left over. This is about 300 grams worth of rice. If you were to boil rice and then use it straight in a dish like this, it'll probably turn into mush, so it's not really going to be great. You want it to sort of be slightly separated, and all the rice will be nice and sort of separate and individual. Alright, so now back to my wok. I've got my rice still cooking and it's looking alright. Mixture is very, very, very colourful. Let me just mix it together and check that out. Look how colourful that is. This is a very simple fried rice. It's nothing crazy. A way of getting some veg into the meal as well. Now, this, you can love it or you can hate it. Personally, I love it. I'm going to use half a teaspoon MSG, or Ajinomoto is what we call it. It's kind of like salt. It brings proper umami to the dish. And I know there's some bad rep about it, but it's not good that, you know, it causes this and it causes that. But quite frankly, if it did, then there'd be a lot of dead people in the world and this product wouldn't be on the shelves, would it? That's my thoughts on that. Now, I'm just going to check the rice for seasoning. So we will add a bit of seasoning into that because it needs it. We're not going to add any soy sauce because I'm going to add it to the Manchurian sauce that's cooking away next to me. So, rice is done. I'm going to turn off the rice now. I'll go back to my Manchurian sauce, keep stirring it, keep mixing it, making sure it's not burnt. And actually it's got a very, very deep brown colour now. It is not burnt, it is a very deep brown colour. Look at that. There we are. So now I'm going to add ketchup. 2 tablespoons of ketchup going in. And that's 2. Now when I say tablespoons and teaspoons, I'm always a lot over. Not over, but I always make sure my spoon's full, should I say. So 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, definitely light soy sauce. Oh sorry, the reason I use the ketchup is because it has the tomato aspect that I need, and also the vinegar that I'm looking for.
3 hours later.
Then along with my ketchup and soy sauce, I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of chili sauce, or any red chili sauce. I'm actually using chili oil. So what this one is a Laganma chicken flavour chili oil with tofu. I really like it because of the tofu. It is good. Little bits of crunch in there, but when you put it into a sauce, it will soften up and turn it into a normal tofu texture. And then another tablespoon of sriracha going straight in. And then to this, I'm going to add a little bit of water and then let it come up to the boil. The reason we're adding water is because I don't want it to be, when you cook it, you will see that it's very sort of clumpy. You don't want it to be that, you want it to be smoother. So I'm going to add the water, and then like I said, let it come up to the boil. Just want to take this opportunity to thank you if you're returning to our channel. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you're notified whenever we upload new content. I always love hearing your comments down below, and please, if there's anything you want to say, just pop them down there. We hope you're enjoying the content so far. Make sure you hit the like button and share it for everyone to see. So, we're back to the Manchurian sauce. The sauce has bubbled up and it's turned into, you would probably call this a watery consistency. It's not really thick. So we need to thicken it slightly now. And for that, I'm using corn flour. And in the corn flour, I'm going to put some cold water, not hot water, cold water. That will go in. I'll give it a bit of a stir, mix it all together, turn it into a slurry, like so, like that. And that will go straight into my Manchurian sauce. Now at this point, you can use this for any type of vegetable Manchurian, chicken Manchurian. You could pop some chicken in here and that'll be ready to go. Flavour wise, it's quite a black bean saucy flavour for me, just without the super bitterness that comes with black beans. So with that, the sauce is done and ready. I've moved it to one side. Now I've got my main pan again going, because it's the next bit and the most important bit, the star of the show, Seabass. So what you need to do, and this part is very important, you take your fish, put it in some kitchen towel and you pat it dry. You do it with the same with the other fish. Put it in a kitchen towel. We're patting it dry. Now the reason we're patting it dry is because it's wet. It's quite simply. I want crispy skin out of this. So if I don't do this, it's not going to get crispy at all. Okay, so I've got my fish in my kitchen towel. Now, another pile of white powder. Look at that. This is just plain flour. I'm going to spread it around the dish. I'm going to season the flour, just like so. Then in this, I'm going to put some Chinese five spice. Again, I'm just going to liberally, probably shouldn't put my fingers in there like that, should I? But oh well. Liberally sprinkle it over the flour, like so. And then, if you remember the bao bhaji masala, or the, that we made in the egg bhaji episode, we're going to sprinkle some of that on there. Now notice I haven't moved it around, I've literally just left it as it is. And I am sprinkling about a teaspoon of five spice and about 2 teaspoons of the bao bhaji masala that we did. Now, back to the fish. Take it out of the kitchen towel, move that to one side. What you want to do is you want to put it meat side down onto that flour. You want to try your best not to get any of it onto the skin of the fish, because it's going to burn if it stays on there. It's going to cook on the skin side for most of its time in the pan. Now again, my pan is smoking, ready to go. I'm going to go in with oil. It's about a tablespoon of oil there going in. And I am going to go skin side down. Skin side down and away from me. Always away from me because I'm putting it down. Skin side down, away from me. There we are. Now what I want to do is to get the skin crispy, is I'm going to put some pressure on it, because otherwise it will curl up. And if it curls up, it's not going to be crispy along the whole way. Now these fillets literally need 5 minutes, if that. You can probably already see, if I show the camera here, you might be able to see that the fish has already started cooking, sort of up the sides, which is what you're looking for. And once the top of the fish starts turning colour, that's when we're going to flip it. So our sea bass has had about 4 to 5 minutes on that side. I'm going to go with 4 rather than the 5. Now I'm just going to turn it. Let me show you the pan. The skin. We're ready to serve. So I'll get my plate. And then what I'm going to do to serve the rice, I'm going to put it into a bowl. Turning the fish off now, quickly getting the rice. I'm going to fill the bowl up, pat it down, put my plate upside down, flip, ready to go. Now, when I open up the bowl, you've got lovely rice there. Now with the fish, I'm going to take the fish, move that to one side. What we'll do is we'll pop it on top, just like that. We will get our Manchurian sauce. And over it goes. Simple as that. Here we have it. Seabass Manchurian with vegetable fried rice. Check out that baby. Look at that. Awesome. That is a dish. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And in the next episode,